Okay, so I have seen some of the answers. So all the students have made the same mistake in polygon, that is hexagon and pentagon. So you can refer that problem for the hexagon. So for the hexagon, condition given is when you draw that hexagon with some given dimension, that is a 50 mm, maybe 60 mm, two of its sides must be perpendicular to the horizontal line. Okay. So what is meaning of this? If this is a horizontal line, you can observe here. You can assume this as the x-axis, okay, or this is xy line. Then when you draw the hexagon, so most of the students have drawn the hexagon like this. Okay, so for this case, hexagon, two of its sides, they are parallel to xy line or parallel to horizontal. Okay, but this is not the condition given in the problem. So what is the condition given? When you draw the hexagon, two of its sides must be perpendicular. That means we should draw the hexagon like this. Okay, so this is the correct condition. Okay, so make this change in your drawing. And second is about the pentagon. So for the pentagon, so students have drawn the pentagon like this. Okay, and then they have shown the dimension 40° for this line. So instead of 72°, students have shown the dimension as a 40°. Okay, so this is not the case given in the problem. 72°, it represents the angle of the side of that polygon with respect to its base side. Okay, so what the condition given in the problem is, first we have to draw one horizontal line as a reference line. Okay, so you can assume this as the x-axis. Then draw one inclined line anywhere on this line. Okay, so just draw one inclined line at an angle 40°. And on this line, we have to draw this edge. Okay, so that we can draw the pentagon where one of its side is inclined by 40°. So right now we have the dimension. So this is 40°. Now draw the hexagon, sorry, pentagon. So you can mark this length. I think given dimension is 50 mm. So with this length as a 50 mm, you have to complete the pentagon. Okay, so you can follow the same procedure for the pentagon. You can use circle method or you can use the angle method. Okay, so if you draw this by using angle method, then this angle, this is equal to 72°. Okay, so follow this method and try to complete this problem. So those who have already submitted the PDF, please correct this problem. Okay, now you have got the procedure. Now next part is dimensioning. Okay, so for the dimensioning, So this was the view given to complete the dimensioning by using align method and by using the unidirectional method. Okay. So you have to draw both the views, one for the align view and second for the align method and second for the unidirectional method. Okay. So the method that is shown here, this is the unidirectional method. Okay. This is not the align method. So you have to draw the same view as it is. This is for the unidirectional and second view by using align method. Okay. But we have to draw this by using proper geometrical instrument. This is not a freehand drawing. So I have observed that students have drawn this by freehand. So these curves. Okay. So we have to follow the fillet method. So I have explained how to draw the fillet. Okay. So I will explain here how to draw this arc R15 and R15. So first draw the line. Suppose this line is in total distance is 15 plus 35 plus 45 plus 15. So the horizontal line is 110. So this is your first line. Then draw the second line. So this will represent this complete line. So that is equal to 90 plus. So you can take 15. Okay. So 90 plus 15, that is equal to 105. And at this point, you have to draw the fillet. So for the fillet, from this point, first draw the arc here. Okay. So you can mark the distance, that is equal to 15. So this is the 15 mm distance. Similarly, mark the distance 15 mm on this line. And then from this corner, draw the line again at 15 mm. So you will get this as a center. Okay. And then by taking that center, just draw the circle. Okay. So this circle, it will be tangent to this horizontal line and to this horizontal vertical line. So you will get the fillet like this. So this is called as a fillet curve. So similarly, you can draw the fillet curve for this R20. So for this R20, first draw this vertical line from the right corner. So this total distance, this is 75 plus 75 plus 60. And plus 15 plus 15, that is a 30. So it is 240. So from this point, mark 240. And then here you can observe you have to prepare one circle which is tangent to this vertical line at R15, at radius R15. So from this corner, draw the line in the upward direction 15 mm, draw horizontal line 15 mm, and then draw the circle. Okay. And then we have to draw this inclined line. So we have to draw this inclined line such that the line must be 45 degree and at the same time it must be tangent to this circle. Okay, so you have to adjust this. So you can draw one line. So you can do this tangent line method by using mini drafter or by using roller scale. Okay, so right now this is 45-degree line. Now we need to make this tangent with this circle. And then extend this line. So you will get this exact point. Okay. And then we have to draw the fillet curve. Okay, so I have given the problem when two lines are intersecting and we want to draw the common tangent. Okay, so follow that procedure to draw the fillet curve. So for that fillet curve, you can refer the actual diagram. So here the fillet is R20. Okay, that means we have to draw one circle at R20. So for that, first draw one parallel line. So take the distance 20. And from this, draw parallel line. You can follow the parallel line procedure, how to draw the parallel line. Similarly, from this line, now draw this parallel line. And find out this intersecting point. Okay, so with this as an intersection, you have to draw the circle. So in this way, we have to prepare this all fillets. So draw this with proper dimensions. Don't draw this by freehand.